So this is my favorite kind of game, because it gets pretty close. I get to run around a lot in my light tank, and I'm in the Aufklärungspanzer. It's a tier 7 game on Ghost Town, and my main competitors are going to be the 1375 and the P43. And at first I want to go to the east. However, the other 2 light tanks on my team, so there's 3 light tanks in this game, no 4 actually on each side. The other 3 light tanks are already going to the east, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to instead go to the west. You have to wonder who's going to be in the west. Well, probably some medium tanks, maybe a light tank. And they're going to be backed up by tank destroyers and artillery. So, looking at the map, this was definitely the right thing to do, because hardly anyone else is going here right now, so we definitely have to secure this flank. What do you want to do? Well, at first, just gotta see who's actually coming up here, maybe get a few shots into town. By the way, this go to space camo I have right now, I like how it looks. Oh look, there's the first medium tank, and there is the 1375. So, good thing we came over here. Let's stay RD safe here, and let maybe our artillery and maybe the SU-100Y do their job. All I can do right now is just keep spotting them. Looking at the east of the map, our light tanks are in good positions. That's looking relatively decent, and the P43 is over there. So there's not too much pressure on this flank right now. Anyway, as I was saying, well, already? Good. First little bit of spotting. Ooh, that poor Type 58. I can't really get to what I want to say right now about this camo. Basically, like the way it looks on some tanks, on this tank it looks like a bird pooped on it. Ooh, 680 spotting damage. Was that the SU? I don't know, but if it was the SU, good job. Now Covenanter joins me here, and the 1375 gets taken out, which means, well, maybe I should move up, looking at what's happening to the Covenanter. And the clue to playing this tank really is just be as careful as you can. You have a lot of hit points, but you gotta stay alive to really have an impact. And you can't go out there because you just get spotted because you don't have a lot of camo. So I definitely don't want to move right now. I just want to get that Type 58 killed by RD and our tank destroyers. And, well, there's an AMX ELC right there, who, I think he's the one that spots me. So I gotta be careful here, and I gotta, exactly, there's artillery. Yeah, RD is a problem in this position. Now, in case you missed it, the Type 58 got taken out, so if I can advance here, and right now all I'm trying to do is spot the AMX, which is not very likely to happen. I have 470 meters view range in this tank, but that thing's probably got very good camo. Anyway, so the Type 58 is dead. East is looking, well, our light tanks is in a good position, which is probably the most important thing there, but look, there's nobody on our team in the town. So, and the score is perfectly even right now. It's 4 against 4 with pretty much even hit points. And here I decide to go as far west as I can so I don't get spotted, and the AMX gets spotted anyway, so I should be fine pushing along here. If you look at who's unspotted, it's really just a tank destroyer and a medium tank on their team. So I am definitely going to be fine here, and I will get shots in the middle through a very narrow gap. This thing's accuracy is going to do well here though. I say that and it misses. And misses it. Even though that did look like a blind shot, I didn't see a splash there. So their whole team is pretty much, except for the P-43 who's being very aggressive, is pretty much unspotted right now. I sort of think that they're still pretty much where they were spotted last. I mean, except for the Panzer Souffle, that thing's not been spotted yet. And at first, I want to retreat. Then I see the SU coming. Then I want to go and flank them, and then I want to retreat again because he actually is moving back. And I remember right here, I'm thinking, okay, am I just gonna like try and outspot them? Am I just gonna get into a defensive position? Doesn't seem that enticing, but I also don't want to flank around all by myself. And then it starts to dawn on me that, oh, I'm gonna be really daring for me in a light tank, and I'm actually gonna go in the middle. Any second now I'll turn. There you go. There I'm turning around. And the middle right now, I would be surprised if there were many tanks of them in there. So let's go. Tell the Artie I want to help him. Obviously the focus is on the Super Hellcat, but you have to keep in mind the P-43 is being proxy spotted by our Rudy probably. Yep. So if I can kill the Super Hellcat, then I will be able to shoot the P-43 too. There's the Super Hellcat. You can auto-aim in this tank against lightly armored vehicles. Like, it is good at that, even though it's a lazy thing to do. Perfect side shots, and I don't even get the kill because Artie shoots him, but whatever. Score is still relatively even. I'm honestly really just worried about the ELC right now. If he's a good player, he can definitely do some damage here with his artillery and tank destroyer support. Now, that was a good blind shot by the Artie. You have to wonder right here, what do you want to do? Now, I expect the ELC to be in that row of bushes because I get spotted right here, and Artie tries to shoot at me. So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting Artie safe behind this building, and then I'm clearly not gonna advance through the east. That's not gonna happen, and I get spotted again. Very weird here. That can't be the ELC. Who else is that gonna be? Did they really advance through the west? And yeah, they did. Even though I still can't believe that's the tank that spotted me. And it might actually not be, because he's not alone. You know, this tank, this is what I mean, you have to stay alive. Because at the end of the game, with this accuracy, you can be incredibly influential, because you can just reliably kill those last tanks. And I do actually try to angle here against the Panzer Souffle, and it does save me a lot of hit points. Now, get Artie safe. Who's left on their team? This is looking pretty good, because it's just the ELC, a tier 5 medium tank, and 3 artillery. And I decide, okay, in theory the ELC is gonna be in that row of bushes, and I don't think right here that I actually realized. No, I think I realized that the VK is spotted. But I don't want to deal with the ELC in that row of bushes against 3 artillery. So I am going to take the longest possible route all around the west. Just playing it safe. And I do ask the Wolverine for help, because 2 tanks is definitely better than 1. Even though this thing is so fat, it definitely counts as like 1.5 tanks, I would say. Actually, it does count as 2 light tanks. And well, let's just see what we find. You can see our Rudy's in a very good position there. And our tank destroyers are moving through the town, which is a good thing to do, but which also means that I'm alone on this flank. And that artillery did make a very smart play, I think, by moving up here. And it does take me 3 shots to kill him. Well, it's nice having this kind of heavy armor against artillery, because other light tanks would have probably taken 2 or 3 times the damage. And here I am, you know, getting arty save, as you have to do. Even though there's only 2 of them left now. And I'm still really worried about where that ELC is going to be. Because if he knows what he's doing, he could pull this back. I've seen crazier ELC games. And here I'm trying to figure out if he's up there in those bushes. So I load a regular round instead of premium, and I try to blind fire and see if I get spotted. And I don't get spotted. So I move up a little bit further. And if I remember correctly, I'm gonna do the same thing again. Worried that he's there, even though I would be spotted right now. So I try it again, try to blind fire someone. If there was someone there, I would get spotted right now and be in trouble with Artie, but I don't. So I'm relatively sure that I'm gonna be safe here, and this just got worse because the VK killed our Rudy. Maybe I'm taking a little bit too far of an approach, but it's not entirely impossible that an Artie, or for some weird reason even the ELC, could have been here. So since my tank destroyers aren't in immediate danger because they have a lot of cover around them, I thought it was worth here. And the Crusader kills the artillery, which makes me believe all the more that that ELC is still in that line of bushes. And here, this is pretty surprising. Look at how late I spotted that M44. He must have like a camo net and a camo crew or something. And here I'm thinking, ooh, Artie, I want to ram Artie. That's all I care about right now, and that is gonna cause... Oh, this happens all the time. I always get tracked in front of artillery. This is terrible. And I realize I can't kill the VK, so I just kill Artie, and yeah, then I die. This was a bad play. Now, it's not gonna cost us the game, but this was terrible. What I should have done, as the SU takes out the VK there, what I should have done is that as soon as Artie fired, I should have just taken, I should have just used Artie as cover and shot at the VK, because at that range he would have had a relatively hard time hitting my turret, which is, I think, the only thing he can penetrate. And I didn't. I just focused on Artie because, fuck Artie. I think it's understandable that I, did what I did. But, this could have been so much better. This was a Top Gun. And, I'm sorry, Lugia. I think I'll probably forget to put the end plates at the end again. Sorry. But... it's a Top Gun and an Aufklärungspanzer, what more do you need? But it could have actually been so much more, because imagine if I had taken cover behind that artillery, had killed the VK and then the artillery, I would be at 7 kills right now, and then I could have had all the fun in the world hunting down that AMX. I would just run through those bushes there and, ram him. That would be so fun right now. Luckily our tank destroyers are doing the smart thing. They're all on cap. I suggest that they, take cover behind each other. But it doesn't matter. They win the game. We've won the game. This was great. This is the kind of game I love. Just being able to run all around the map in my light tank. This is kind of why I play World of Tanks. Not for the damage, for this kind of game. And it's 3.7 combined, which is decent. I believe this was a mastery badge. So yeah,